That's what they're doing today.
Yes, fighting games also probably cut off the intro, which is great. When it happens, I love it.
Fighting games have yet to be. There we
Yeah.
go. I don't know. Fuck it. So, right, they announced, they actually
Yeah,
showed
before we
Biken
actually go
after having
into
announced.
before we actually go into the news, the bingo card. There you have it. All right. So people
The
can call
bingo card.
yeah, so people can call us out on our shit. I guess I'll post it again for you.
I can bring it up in the bingo cards tab.
That's true.
Yeah. And I can confirm we won't get Alex Can't Remember the News today because we actually set the news up ahead of time.
Yes.
Professionalism? Here? Unheard of.
Unbelievable. So yes, the news. Which one do we want to tackle first?
I figured we'd want to hit Biking because that one was a bit less exciting because neither of us are really into Strive.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Biken, like they teased her, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll check out her like release trailer. Then people complained because she was released behind schedule compared to the other characters. Apparently, I wouldn't know. Then she actually got a release date, which was the same date as her second trailer. And then they also uploaded a video showcasing her kit. And my opinion on Biken is my opinion on Strive. It's alright. Disappointing to me, but I don't give a shit anymore. Like I can't muster enough fucks to really go into a rant again anymore.
I'll say that I didn't even bother watching the trailer. All I've heard is gun, and that apparently now her main thing is gun, which I find confusing because
not even her main thing. One super of hers is gone, I think, and that's it.
Oh,
like her main thing is attaching you to herself with a red string because fate, haha, lol. Yeah, and attaching you to her with a red string so she can actually do combos.
I see. Yeah, I definitely, a lot of what I heard was people complaining that she doesn't have the tools she did in Ixard, which is like, hell, yeah, the only character in Strive who really has all of his Ixard tools is Soul, and everybody says Soul is overpowered.
I mean, not only does she not have all of her tools from Exert, she doesn't have all of her tools from XX, which is the bigger problem.
Exert Biken didn't have X2 Biken's tools.
Well, no, but to me it felt like X2 Biken had less. Like it felt like Exert Biken got bloat with you know how she could like Hadouken and shit. Which like I prefer Exert Biken because I'm more used to it. But you know, like if she has to lose moves, then I understand things like the Hadouken going because you know that was a bit too much, and also all of the options of her invincible dash and all that, and the parries. And now all she has are the parries, one follow up to the invincible dash, maybe I think. Wait, no. Does she have the invincible dash? I don't remember. I think she does.
I feel like that's the one thing. I feel like the three things you have to keep for Biken to be Biken are the run, the parries, which weren't even parries next to, keep in mind, and the good old Scorpion get over here chain.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all she still has. Although like chain used to be that in Exert at least. So in XX you had a mix up with whether or not you actually do the follow up to the chain. In Exert you had like 4 different ways to follow up the chain. Now you went back to having one follow up, which is I think attaching the chain. Like it's not her old anti-air. It's because like you know in X2 she has the move where she cuts front and then she cuts upwards, which could be used as an anti-air if people jumped over the chain. Instead of that, I think on grab, like if it hits, then you can attach yourself to the enemy, and then you can also do a follow up. And if it misses, then you can only do the follow up, and the follow up is similar to her like dash attack from the invincible dash from X2 from Xrd actually. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a simplification of the options, though I think we all had to kind of expect that because everybody got simplified more or less, except maybe Sol and Potemkin, like I said.
Yeah. And then
I mean, it's just
yeah,
part of the nature of it's just part of the nature of Strive. I don't think Strive is particularly there for either of us. You know,
yeah.
the I mean, like, what was I going to say? I guess I didn't have anything in particular to say. I guess that was the end of my point. You do your thing.
All right. Uh, yeah, I don't really have much to say about Biker. Like I watched the video. I went, yep, this is about what I expected, and then I closed the video with no more reasons to buy Strive, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So the second bit of news is the DLC for KOF. The first season got announced. I think it's the full first season. So we have Team
Yes.
Garo, which is Rock, Gato, and Blue Mary. Not Blue Mary, Blue Janet.
Bijane.
Yeah. It is the
Well,
deal.
the announcer pronounces it as Bijani, which I don't like. That's not how you spell Jenny.
But she just be Jenny from the block.
I knew you were going to make that joke. You're getting too predictable.
Predictable. Now you throw me over your head.
Yes, but speaking of predictable, the second DLC team, Team Southtown, Geese Howard, Billy Kane or Kane, and Yamazaki. So, I mean, on one hand, I do not like that Yamazaki and Rock are confined to the DLC pits.
Yeah.
At the same time, I understand that both of those guys are complete fan favorites and not the kinds of guys who actually like sell copies or are vital to the plot, you know?
Yeah.
And like they're gonna keep doing it as long as we'll keep buying the DLC, and as long as Rock keeps being DLC, I'm gonna keep buying Rock.
That's the thing. Like Rock and Ryuji being DLC sucks. At the same time, they are sorts of characters. Like if you're gonna go back to Guilty Gear, just for a quick example, Baiken and Johnny. Like Baiken and Johnny don't really sell copies, but at the same time, Baiken has a lot of porn. So,
yeah,
if you make Baiken DLC, horny people will buy all of the copies, regardless of whether or not they actually want to play the game, because they need that sweet reference.
Yeah. And Johnny, like, of course, plot-wise, of course, like, Baiken usually just has her own thing where she doesn't interact with the other characters. And Johnny's always just kind of there on the sidelines, like, hey, it's Johnny! All right, let's move on somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, they did let him shine and exert a bit, but, like, even then he was there to keep all of the robots. I actually don't remember the full details of the exert story, but I think he was there to keep the robots from reaching Sol while Sol killed his wife again. And
yeah.
So like
again.
Yeah, and Johnny was a part of an elite team of him, Chip Zaneth, and Slayer, I think. All three of them.
Chip's a little out of his league there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But I think it was their job to keep all of the robots from reaching Sol so he can kill his wife again.
I see. And they also revealed there will be 2 more DLC teams after these. Which, okay, I gotta say, out of these initial 6, like, the entirety of Team Southtown is not a surprise. We knew Geese, Billy, and Yamazaki were going to be in the game. That's a fucking guarantee.
The only real surprise here to me is Gato.
Yeah, Gata was B Jenny in KO14?
Not in 14. She was in one of the previous ones. I think she might have been.
Well, she was in 11. I remember that.
She was not in 14.
Yeah,
because I guess they figured, hey, Rock's already in, whatever.
Yeah. Is B Jenny, like, would you say B Jenny is the biggest fan favorite out of Garo if you exclude that version of Terry and Rock?
I don't know. Like Garo has one of those rosters where, like, aside from the guy who is not Clark Still, aside from him, I feel like all of them are fan favorites to a point.
That's true. I feel like Kevin Ryan also people just don't like because he was so OP in that game.
I mean, that, like, he was kind of OP. He was pretty generic, and then And his AI was a fucking asshole, just overall. But you know,
I liked his moves. He had cool moves, but
eh,
he definitely had a bit of that just guile type character all written all over him. You know?
yeah. I mean, technically, like he had some sort of like they knew that he was kind of generic, so they gave him the kid, and that made him actually have character somewhat. But still, it was a thing.
Yeah.
It was a thing of like, well, the AI reads all of my inputs, and the guy is doing shit. And it's just like, basically what I'm saying is that people have a blood feud with him in the same way that I have with Vega.
Okay. So I mean, have they confirmed all the on disc characters though? Still, the
Yes,
final boss is missing, right? You said.
yes. The final boss we still don't know. Aside from them, everyone else is known.
Okay.
And then
So there's a very good chance that one of the latter two DLC teams is Kim and somebody else.
yeah, unless the final boss is Kim, which would be fucking wild.
Uh,
He's been possessed by Orochi.
they would have to know that they can't sell Chong and Choi as DLCs, right?
I hope so. Like if
Like,
I forget what I forget if they said that you can, whether or not you can buy the DLC characters separately or only on teams. If they allow you to buy them separately, I will probably buy all of the teams except that one, and then only buy Kim from that one. Because fuck Cheng and
yeah,
Choi.
yeah. I would hope that they would know if you're going to try and sell actual DLC, you got to stick with the kids. Since they already got his mentor's wife in there.
Yeah.
And who would be your like? Okay, what team would you want most for the DLC?
Hmm. I mean, I would. Well, most obvious answer for me, but I wouldn't mind a Team Rugal. Like it would mean that I had to buy my Vice and Mature, but like I don't really hate them. I just don't like they're kind of just their aesthetic for me. There was a time
Well, of course, I love
yeah,
Vice.
there was a time
I love Vice, so I wouldn't care.
there was a time when I tried to learn Mature, I think, but I don't remember if it went anywhere. And the only reason I started learning her is because I think they gave her the gigantic pressure in 14.
They did, yes.
So yeah, and I was like, hey, Rugal's not in the game, so I'm gonna have to make do. Like I just couldn't.
Okay, what if they did a DLC team of Rugal, Adelaide, and Rugal's his daughter,
I'd be
who has
fine with
never been
that.
playable before?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I'd buy that.
Yeah.
And then
Hmm.
and then
Well,
give Rugal a freaking install super where he goes Orochi or whatever Omega.
yeah. I think there's a good chance that one of the teams is going to be new characters because I mean they had a fair crop of new DLC characters in 14, right?
I don't remember, so maybe.
Wasn't there that chick with a high collar jacket, something like that? She had dark skin and white hair.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
well,
not
either
sure. I'm trying to recall, but I'm not sure.
would you agree with me that the best way things can work out right now is the final boss is Rugal, and the last two DLC teams are Chem and Sons and the American Sports Team.
Yes.
That would be the perfect way for things to work out. I'd buy if they announce that shit for DLC. Well, I don't know if I'd have the money to buy it day one, but I'd be very tempted.
Yeah, same here. But I uh I kind of like if they bring the American sports team back, I want Chris's team to be a red herring, and for the new princess to be the American sports team.
Huh?
They sacrifice Lucky D or Heavy D and Lucky Glauber. I always want to call like I always want to make a fusion of them called Lucky D because it sounds like freaking Sunny D. And then
I understand.
they do a fusion and become the purple stuff.
Heavy Glauber.
Yeah. But yeah, they sacrifice the two of them so that pizza can be the new vessel for Orochi.
Imagine like a cutscene where it just slowly morphs from Brian Battler into a pizza.
Yeah,
No, no. Imagine he morphs from Brian Battler into the fucking Martians from Neo Geo Battle
Mars people.
Coliseum.
Yeah.
Mars people, and they get the pizza
They bring
with
out a ring.
all 8 tentacles for increased power.
I thought I didn't think you were talking about the move. I thought you were talking about actual pizza. Like they just bring out a zapper and they shoot their one of their hand tentacles, and a pizza forms.
eight, 8 pizzas of death.
Yeah,
Every tentacle ends in a pizza.
the infinity pizzas. They all they all have different like earth changing properties or whatever. Really changing properties. The pizza of might.
I'm imagining that someone has to have a story mode ending where they're like, we can beat these aliens by simply eating them. They taste like pizza.
And then they eat the pizza and it gives them like really big stomachache, really bad stomachache. That's the ending. That's Chang's story mode. Chang's story mode ending.
Thank you, Chang. Your incredible gluttony has saved the day. Okay, speaking of going back to the DLC, I never put much time in with Gato and Garo. Is he any good?
He's a lot of fun, yeah.
all right.
He's very angry from the way he plays. I don't know. I genuinely don't know how to better put to words what it feels actually playing him, because like there's this sort of this sort of aggression that characters' animations and just how they have moves, like their moveset can convey. And Garo has that. Like Garo has Zanku Hadokens and shit, if I remember correctly.
I definitely remember him having.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that it's not even like real Zanku Hadokens. He just does a palm thrust and like technically he does a Zanku Hadoken because I think Hadoken memes. Yeah, Hadoken memes are great. No, Hadoken means like wave push fist or something like that. I don't fucking remember. So yeah.
Yeah.
So technically he does a Hadoken in that he dispels air with just a palm strike.
And it knocks you down.
Yeah. But it's not a fireball Hadoken, it's an actual Hadoken, I guess. Which is kind of scarier when you think about it.
Yeah. Gato is so fucking strong. He can push the air hard enough to knock over big ass men like Geese Howard.
Yeah.
Oh, also, what do you think about the choice to have Geese and Billy fighting in suits? I'm not quite sure if I like it yet. I mean, I'll take it over the overalls for Billy, but
yeah, it feels like it's a reference to that one piece of art. You know the one.
The Pimpin' art?
Yes. But yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, this is like it feels like they're trying to do something new with some of their characters so they can later go and sell legacy outfits. Which I mean, hey, you know, if people pay, fine, I guess. I do appreciate that they actually changed some of the animations as well for the legacy outfits. Like, I don't know if you saw the picture, but someone actually went through the trailer for Bogart, Terry's clone, and because he has the Garo outfit, he doesn't do his Vin animation ain't the same exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't throw an invisible hat. He also doesn't turn his hat around during the Buster Wolf, which is good because it'd be funny to see him just try and turn his own hair around.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish he like swooshed his hair back though, because which he may actually do. I don't remember.
I'm not for certain. I'd imagine they want to keep it accurate to Garrow, and I don't remember him fucking with his hair in Garrow.
There was definitely some animation where I remember him messing with his hair, but I don't remember if it was the Buster Wolf.
Well, Terry would, not Terry, Rock would fuck with his hair after just about every move when he resumed his normal stance.
Yeah, true. Maybe I'm mixing it up.
Yeah, and if memory serves, 14 had it where Rock would still mess with his hair when he resumed his normal stance, right?
I think so.
Yeah. By the way, they held back four of my favorite fucking KOF characters behind that DLC.
Yeah.
Gato and Billy, I'm not so huge on, but goddamn, the other four, come on, those are some of my favorites.
I mean,
Like KOF,
yeah. Go ahead.
KOF is the kind of series though where I love most of the characters. Come to think of it,
Yeah, that is the thing with it. It's like for me it's funny because there is like a small pool of literally like 3 characters where I'm like, hey, I'll probably buy the game if these characters are in, and if not, then I can hold off. At the same time, like I'm hard pressed to actually tell you about like what my team is, because I always play different characters because it, most of them are made to be fun. Like, or I don't even know how to
yeah,
properly put it, but like there's all that. The King of Fighters started as a thing of, hey, here's all of our protagonists, and it shows.
yeah. We're just leaving out the losers, like what's his name, the breakdancing guy from Fatal Fury 1, Bob.
I don't remember.
I remember playing the character who imitates him in Real Bout, and I remember thinking he was a lame character. KOF is just good, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted to talk about the Phantom Omnia release date or something?
Oh no, I brought it up as a joke. So yeah,
Oh,
Phantom Breaker Omnia really announced their release date, which we didn't know yet because like the biggest thing about Phantom Breaker Omnia you need to know is that that trailer is Ghost Stories dub level. So
nice.
yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like it very much feels like I haven't actually watched their second trailer, but the first trailer was that at least, and it felt that trailer felt like they knew that they don't really have like much to offer in the current day. Which this is a re-release of an older, or not, I'm not actually sure if it's a re-release or if it's an update like Uni of an older like 360 game, but
Yeah.
it is something like that. And so like there's no rollback from what I know. Most of the characters are like just kind of there and shit like that. And so it felt like they're taking the piss with the trailer because they know that there's not much they can offer for the FGC itself. So they're just trying to get a couple of like meme buys, and then if someone actually likes the game, then word of mouth will probably get them a couple more sales.
So Melty Blood finally gets out of the bathroom just so Phantom Breaker can come in.
Yes, Melty Blood got out of the bathroom and then locked itself back in with the
Yeah.
with its inconsistent Street Fighter 5 netcode.
Classic every time.
Yeah, I think they might have fixed it by now, or at least they were very on the ball with that and going, hey, we know we need to fix this. We are trying to. It's hard.
Yeah.
Which yeah, I imagine it is hard.
They kind of committed a little bit.
Yeah. Although like there is one thing that I don't completely understand is how can you do like I'm assuming they did internal tests at least to ensure that the rollback worked properly. How did nobody ever skip the intros? Because like that's the thing that sets it off and breaks their rollback, or at least broke their rollback. So how did nobody ever skip the intros?
Well, I imagine a lot of the testers would have been dudes living right next to each other in Japan.
But yeah, but it's not even like from what I understand, it literally is like Street Fighter 5's pre-network patch netcode where it favors the person with well, I guess faster. I don't even know exactly what that one favored, but like, basically it's one-sided rollback where one person gets the upper hand on every roll, more or less. And
Yeah.
so, like, the thing that sets it off is skipping the intro animations. I don't assume that even the testers would have enough time or care that they would let the intro animations for the characters roll before every match when they were trying to netcode out. And it just seems like something where like either so like that feels like a thing where the QA testers would have actually told them about it, but they just went, they won't ever skip the intros, and then people skip the intros. Wouldn't you know?
Yeah. There are some crazy things that get marked as WNF in QA.
Yeah, what was it, like yellow or whatever? Or I know it was level
Will
0.
not fix.
Yeah, but I'm talking about another way to freaking another way that QA testers get their reports sent back, because like there is will not fix, but there was also a thing of like it being a level 0 problem or whatever, where it's just too small for them to actually bother fixing it, or at least they think
Yeah.
so. So yeah, that's like, that's a dumb mistake that cost them a lot. And you've got to assume,
Yeah.
that when they get around to adding rollback uh to Under Nice, that they're gonna actually like they're gonna one probably do an open beta someplace where they can, so that people can actually make sure that the netcode works, and then for two probably just like make sure and make like fucking words. So yeah, they're probably gonna go ahead and make sure that when people skip the intros, they will not get like freaking favored one way or the other.
Melty blood drowned so that Undernight could swim.
Yeah. Melty Blood broke its leg trying to walk, so that Under Night may run in the future.
Yeah.
May.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think that's about all of the news we had in these past 2 weeks. Because like if something came out, then I probably forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't. We're definitely in a slow season. I think we mentioned last time the rumor floating around that
Yeah.
Microsoft is putting assembling in a team of supposed fighting game Avengers to work on who knows what, except that Microsoft only owns the license to one relevant fighting game.
The Microsoft, in the biggest heel turn of them all, is gonna trash the KI IP so they can license out Bloody Roar from Konami. I mean, like, I was going to say I'd pop for a Bloody Roar revival. I don't know if I'd pop for a Bloody Roar revival because I don't think I ever played Bloody Roar.
It'd be fun to see somebody try and keep up with Tekken though.
Yeah,
Because Virtual Fighter came out and just kind of everybody went and Soul Cal, it was better than Soul Cal 4 or Soul Cal 5, but still
yeah. Like,
and
Virtual Fighter came out and then got killed by the Ryoga Gotoku team, pretty much.
yeah,
And then Soul Calibur came out and had Geralt.
yeah, he killed it.
Yes, Geralt is the only reason that nobody bought Soul Calibur 6. The
He
only one.
determined that Soul Calibur 6 was made by witches, so he witchered.
Yeah.
We are finally the Witcher.
My favorite
He
thing
said the line.
my favorite thing about the Witcher series is that over here it's localized with a word that means like rickety old man. Yeah. Like freaking like dementia ridden old man. So you know. Uh
I hate that Geralt's always sleeping with women younger than him. Yeah.
I hate Geralt. Anyway.
I hate John Witcher.
I can't sleep
He kills every discussion.
I can't sleep because the clap of his ass cheeks keeps alerting me during the night. Anyway, fighting games. So yeah,
Fighting
what
games.
other? Like, I was going to say, what other things could challenge Tekken? Dead or Alive? No. Just
No,
Dead
it
or Alive.
tried.
Yeah, Dead or Alive started on a good foot when it was around the like first to like the second or third release, and then the Extreme Beach Volleyball happened, and forever changed the video game industry.
Dead or Alive will forever bear the moniker of the anime booby game.
Yeah, and this is in a world where Baiken exists, so Dead or Alive kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Well, Baiken is just like one of like 2 or 3 examples in Guilty Gear, whereas Dead or Alive, there's one character who is not incredibly well endowed, and she's also heavily sexualized.
My favorite thing about my favorite like an anecdote about Dead or Alive is I started playing Dead or Alive because I saw the movie, which was great. I loved it. I don't actually remember anything about it, like at all.
Kevin, all I know about is Kevin Nash plays bass.
He may. I don't remember. All like retroactively, I remember that they made the ninja not a ninja. That's it. I wanted to call him Kage, but it's not Kage.
It's not Kage. It's Hayabusa.
Oh yeah, yeah.
From the Ninja Gaidens.
So yeah, like like, I like how Dead or Alive is still the anime booby game in a world with Rumble Roses as well.
Yeah.
That's the real way to know that you messed up. Or not even Rumble Roses. There was another one, Girl Fight. Yeah, that's oh boy. I'm remembering all of these great games.
I mean, like the thing is, nobody even thinks about Girl Fight. And Rumble Roses, when people bring up, it's more of a joke. Dead or Alive will always have the thing of anime booby game attached to it because it is actually it is actually a good fighting game, or at least it was until 6. But it will forever be seen as the anime booby game, which is more relevant because it's like, well, on some level it deserves this, but I wish it didn't have that attached.
Yeah. Because there are parts of their life that are actually fun. And then you look at the characters.
Yeah.
And then you look at the DLC for hair.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, like, Blaze Blue has a lot of fun character designs and can make some fun fighting game mechanics, but when people hear Blaze Blue, they don't think good fighting game. They think clusterfuck plot and bizarro character designs.
Yeah. You know what we need?
Mortal Kombat. Several Mortal Kombat games are good fighting games, but when people hear that, they just think gore porn.
I mean, recently, yes, because that's the thing that NetherRealm played into, and I like every single time, I think I want to call them the other thing, and call them the other name, because when I want to call them NetherRealm, I call them Midway, and when I want to call them Midway, I call them NetherRealm. It never fucking works. So anyway, yeah, NetherRealm made it so like NetherRealm went very deep into just let's make the gore. Wow, what accent is that? let's take the gore and make it as realistic as possible, which like even if it doesn't work well with the other games, because gore is what we're known for, even though things like bebalities have happened, which I mean, to be fair to NetherRealm, bebalities were in MK9, only MK9, but it's there, it's something.
Yeah. Well, 9 has babalities, 11 has friendships. X doesn't offer any goofy fatality alternative.
Brutalities.
Oh yeah, the goofiest fatality alternative, the brutalities, which are often much more brutal than the fatals.
Yeah. Oh no, I know did you say MKX doesn't have anything?
Oh, are you gonna say the faction fatals?
Yes, right. Reiko's shitty Mortal Kombat 4 fatality that they didn't even touch up. Like it may as well just be
Yeah.
the Nintendo 64 models. Uh those are pretty goofy. Like they weren't meant to be, but they are. But yeah, like Mortal Kombat is in a space where it simultaneously wants to appeal to the casual people with being on epic and like being having very realistic graphics and stuff like that, but also appealing to the fucking competitors, the actual like esport players, and it feels like it's doing an alright job at both, but you can tell that this means that some things get sacrificed in quality, so they can make up for it in quantity.
Yeah.
But you know what we need to bring back so that it can challenge Tekken?
What?
Fighter's Destiny. We need a Fighter's Destiny 3.
Uh, Fighter's Destiny. Remind me what that is. Hang
Fighter
on, let me look up what it is.
Fighter's Destiny is a two-part series, as far as I know, that is entirely on the Nintendo 64 and only that one. It's a game.
I see.
It's a fighting game that has normal sport rules, and it works somehow. It's not it's not a traditional fighting game normally. You can play it like a traditional fighting game, but you can also just win by ring out or by throwing people down on the ground and stuff like that, and points get award, words. It like it wasn't Tekken, it wasn't Virtua Fighter, but that's kind of what made it good. That it wasn't trying to be
Yeah.
Tekken or Virtua Fighter. It had its own identity.
Yeah.
I played the shit out of Virtua Fighter. No, that too, I guess, Virtua Fighter 2. But yeah, I played the shit out of Fighter's Destiny 2. Like in Fighter's Destiny 2 was the best fighting game on the Nintendo 64. Just flat out.
Did fairly well with critics too. How about that? The sequel didn't do well with critics though. Weird. How about that? Either which way, yeah, that would definitely be an interesting alternative. A 3D fighter that focuses more on trying to set up like rules as if it were a real sport. Yeah, man. For a second, I thought you were going to go for a meme answer. In which case, I was going to say the ultimate meme answer is "Air guys, God bless the ring."
Now the ultimate meme answer is Clay Fighter 64. Not even a freaking a complete remake or anything. Just port the game.
Yeah. Oh, what about Fighter Maker?
Oh boy.
You ever seen that? You ever
I
seen
played that game.
time? Oh boy, you
Yes.
did.
Yes, I did.
Cool. I was just remember when Max and his friends streamed it, and they tried to make a Wesker, but they just really made this really fucking lame character that was stiff as a board, and his only one move was that he'd just do a kind of a lazy flip kick.
Yes, the freaking I wanted to call his name real quick, but I wanted to call him Johnny Place for some reason. Fucking the Virtua Fighter dude. Uh, Not Danny. Wow, there is a lot of generic attitude names for people with blonde hair.
Yeah,
Jackie Bryant. Yeah,
yeah,
the Jackie Bryant special.
yeah.
You may have a
Imagine that, but like
moveset. Yeah.
worse. Imagine that, but worse animated. Like he's still just stiff as a board while he does it.
Virtua Fighter 2. I don't actually remember what the animation was like in Virtua Fighter 2.
Yeah,
At the same time, like I gotta assume that the limitations made it harder to actually animate properly.
yeah,
But yeah, freaking that wow, what a bikini battle babes or whatever the fuck. They need to bring that back. That should be NetherRealm's next game. Then genuinely look that game up. I think it's a parody of Mortal Kombat clones, and it's great because characters have 3 moves. I think. Like one of the, you know the move from I want to call it Fighting Vipers, but no, that's a Sega game. What was the Tattoo Assassins? I think was the Mortal Kombat clone with the guy who lifts up his kilt and shoots out a fireball, right?
Oh God, Tattoo Assassin. Is that Tattoo Assassins? I don't think that's. Shit, I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
So yeah. So you know that move that I just referenced where the guy lifts up his kilt and does the fireball.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but it's a woman in a bikini, and instead of doing anything low end, she takes off her bra, and I don't even remember if it's a fireball or not. It may just be a proximity grab where she takes off her bra and her breasts are just her breasts are, and that damages the enemy for some reason. Like they don't even they don't like okay. Props to the game designers, regardless of whether or not they did it for horny reasons. I wouldn't be able to tell, but like props to them for not actually showing tits. At least like as much as the whole as much as they play into the bikini battle babes or whatever gimmick, there is no nudity. Which, considering the name of the game and how the characters are designed, it very well could just be a porn game.
Yeah.
Did you look that one up? By the way.
You were asking me to look up Tattoo Assassins, right? Because I'm still trying to find the game where he lifts the kilt.
That's one, and also I also want your reaction to see Bikini Battle Babes or whatever. It's something like that. It was released for the PC and for one of the like old Sega consoles, but I don't remember which one. I think. And it's just like it's the worst Mortal Kombat clone, just flat out. It's worse than Tattoo Assassins somehow. Because at least the 2 assassins had different characters. And I mean, technically, I suppose that one also has different characters, but it's just different women in bikinis. And then most of them look like they are just like model spops. Like they just retexture the same model, which is really bad to say considering the freaking the characters were pictures of real people. But whoever was the casting agent for that game had a type. I guess.
Right, okay. It was Kasumi Ninja was the game with the Scottish guy who lifted up his kilt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Saltypedia has a complete move list for him.
Nice. And then
it's for Salty Bet. It's for Salty Bet, right? Okay, that makes sense.
I figured from the Saltypedia thing. Like I'm just trying to think of like old decrepit fucking fighting game IPs that they could bring back for revival.
What the hell? He had the ability to change movesets?
I guess
one of his moves was one of his moves is labeled Dumbass Tackle. I have to assume these are made up by the fans.
Probably.
Dumbass Tackle, a move where Angus trips himself and slams into the opponent. Okay.
Sure.
I wonder if one day we could make a video of like just one of us. I wouldn't be able to do it while I'm here, of course, but one of us just gets a Mugen and fills it with the characters from all the notoriously shitty fighting games and just looks at them.
Yeah. We make Ping do it.
Discount Scrub Lords since we can't actually track down most of the old shitty Scrub Lords games.
Yeah. We make Ping do it. So he can be enriched.
Yeah. Oh man. I feel like if one day one of us we were ever to actually assemble for like an actual in-person recording, Super Best Friends style, I want it on one hand to be a special event and we do some kind of special game. At the same time, boy, I'd be tempted to have us just all do one stinky single player game or something. Or boy, I can fucking have you guys play X-Men Next Dimension. You guys could see how broken that game is.
Yeah, and you switch onto Sabretooth and never switch off.
Sabretooth would be the first match just to show how broken he is, and then we'd ban him. That'd be the only rational way to handle it.
And then the final match is Sabretooth versus Sabretooth. Whoever gets the grab first wins.
Yeah, it's a first. That's just dive kick. That's just dive kick or Bushido blade. Either one.
Bushido blade. At least there was a thing of, you actually had to like position yourself properly so that it would kill in one hit. Like that's different.
Yeah. Oh fuck, that's a terrible game. But I guess we should hit the point where we talk about what we've done in terms of fighting games. But I haven't done anything, and I'm hoping you didn't do much because I am suddenly having an emergency that needs to be attended to.
Well, I don't think I played fighting games these past 2 weeks. It's just not been that kind of those kind of weeks really where I feel like it. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm going to shit myself. Fighting games were?
I suppose.
Please?
Sure.
Oh.
All right. Fighting games were.